Hi, I'm Eric Gibaud at Gibaud.com, and after 12 days traveling to Belgium for the photography fair, and then I went to Metz, the city in France, to see Digit Photo for their 20th anniversary. Happy birthday, okay? So I met many people that follow my channel, so hi to all of them. Other YouTubers also in the city of Metz, so well, hi to all of them. But the video is not about this. The video is about that I've tested the Sony Alpha 7 IV and also Mark IV, also the Nikon Z6 Mark II, the OM system OM5, my own, also had with me my own OM system OM1, the Fujifilm X100V, my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I also had in my hand for maybe 15 minutes the new Hasselblad X2D, and now after having all these cameras in my hand, making picture tests and all this, I can guarantee I know which one is the best camera. So this is what we're going to speak about. Let's start. What are you writing in comment? Let me see. Oh, this is not the camera, this is a photographer. That's not the arrow, this is the Indian. What? No, we all know that, okay? We're not going to have 45,000 comments saying this same sentence. So we're going to speak about something else. So let's carry on. It was a small minute of humor, okay? Let's carry on. First, I invite you to ask yourself one thing. There are two kinds of photographers, professional photographer and amateur photographer. We don't speak about quality. We speak about one doesn't have any money in targets to earn money with the camera, with the photography, and the other one is making pictures that he has to eat with it, okay? So let's look at this person. We don't speak about quality, huh? We're going to look at this pro that need to make money with photography. Don't you think this is really strange that if they were a best camera, why don't they all have this camera? That's strange, isn't it? Maybe you think it's because it's too expensive and they cannot all afford it. Okay, that's possible, but not all professional photographers are with a money problem. Many of top photographers make a lot of money. They don't have any problem paying the most expensive camera. So why don't they all, these top photographers, why don't they all use the same camera, this best camera? Isn't it strange that if you live off photography and you can afford the best camera because you want the best quality for your client, how come they don't all choose the same camera? That's a good question. Think about it. I'm going to ask you for a small favor. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Small button on here is a small bell to get notified when I upload a new video. And by the way, I upload 3 languages at the same time: Spanish, French and English. If you see a video that is in French or in Spanish and you want to see the English version, that's very easy. You go in the description and I've got the link there. I always put the link of the other 2 languages. So if you get in French, you want English, go to the description, English, and that's it. Thank you very much. Let's carry on. It's funny, but this debate very often is among amateurs. Amateur, why? Because, well, obviously, the professional, if he honestly thinks his gear is better than his competitor, well, it's most likely that he doesn't want to tell his competitor, change gear, you'll make more money, and you'll compete better against me, okay? So let's be logical. So this debate very often is around amateur who wants to convince other that their gear is best. This is more an ego problem than a gear problem, okay? But actually, that's logical this happen. The same when people debate what is better, Micro Four Third, APS-C, full frame, medium format. We're not going to get into this again, okay? We spoke about it too many times. In 2022, it's time to get over this, okay? Obviously, each format has its advantage and is inconvenient, obviously, okay? So for some people will be better one and then the other, doesn't matter. But that's logical that someone who has been spending money on a camera, whether it was easy for him or not, thinks he has the best gear. And why? Because he has some criteria that makes him think it's the best he can get, at least he can get, but the best for him, okay? So we're going to get into this in details. Why people are convinced that some camera are better than others or are the best camera. First of all, everyone is unique. We have a way of thinking and different needs. we can have technical needs. For example, the guy who makes or the girl who makes pictures of really fast action needs maybe a really high burst rate, or someone who make star photography probably have different needs, or someone who travels light and needs to walk 50 kilometers to go and make pictures, maybe is looking for gear that is really light or not much space, all this. So it makes different needs for each person. So obviously, when you speak to a person who has made the camera that responds to these needs, for that person, this is the best camera. So obviously, he's going to tell you, this camera is the best. He forgets to say that's for him, but it's the best. So this is first the main reason why we don't have all the same camera. It's not because there is a best camera, it's because we all have different needs. And then there is something that is really important. This is the personal taste. If you feel good with your camera, you will be happy to use it. You will want to use it. You will go out and make pictures, whether you're amateur or professional, doesn't matter. You will be, you feel good making these pictures, okay? Using this camera. So it has to do with something that is completely subjective. Sometimes you have two cameras that have the same features, they go as well good, both of them, okay? But you prefer this one. Why? You don't know. You don't know why. Well, this matter of feeling. The same with people. This guy is really nice. He has such look. This guy really looks his twins, but I prefer this guy. Why? I don't know. Okay, this one is, I don't know. Okay, same or girl. Okay, so why? We don't know. Okay, this is personal taste. But obviously, this person, when he will speak or she will speak about the gear, will be convinced this is the best. Yeah, well, because he has better feeling with this gear, okay? That's it, that's simple. It's completely subjective, but many people say they have the best gear. It's not really something they can demonstrate. They just feel better about it. There is also another criteria, is the way you use your camera. The way you work. Doesn't matter if you're a professional or amateur, the way you use your camera, okay? It means like, if for me, it's really important to have the perfect focus, and I can trigger the camera just once, and I don't want to use manual focusing. I need to have a reliable autofocus. So for me, this is key. This is really the main criteria, that when I do just one click, it's in focus, okay? Or you spend the whole day in water making pictures, so obviously you need a camera that is really weather sealed or waterproof or whatever, okay? So it's not the criteria. Or maybe you're a person that really needs a reliable camera because you cannot repeat the picture, like a wedding photographer. Having two memory cards may be really important. So for you, this is more important than all the rest, okay? So it's logical that when someone speaks about the tool he's using when working in such or such condition, and this tool is responding to his needs, obviously for him, this camera is the best camera. That's completely logical, okay? Then it's important to think about the image you want to obtain, okay? So some people think that when we say that is the image you get out of the camera. But no, that's not the way it works. For some people, it's really important that the picture that comes out of the camera is perfect, is nice, is what they want. And some other people, they don't want this. They want the best picture to be ready to be edited, to work on during post-production. Is it better one thing than the other? Right, this is irrelevant, okay? So for some people, they need to click and the picture to be ready. And for other people, they need to have really high dynamic range, or they want really a lot of data, a lot of pixels to work on them. This is typical from a medium format user. They want as much data as possible, so they have a full range of possibilities to create in post-production, okay? Well, so they will pick a picture or another. And someone who needs something to be really ready out of the camera, but sometimes they prefer to have a JPEG out of the Fujifilm camera with a film simulation, or even a smartphone. Some people think smartphone is always easy. No, you still need to find the subject, still need to frame, still need to compose. Doing a picture with a smartphone is really easy. Making a good picture with a smartphone is as hard as any camera, because it's not the camera, it's the way you think, the way you do all this. But for them, they prefer to concentrate on framing, on composing, than to think that they have to lift the shadows and they have to put down a bit the highlights, all this. And artificial intelligence can do that for them. Okay, so it's same thing again. It all depends on the result you want to obtain and when you want to obtain it. It's not the same thing out of the camera than to have something prepared to be worked on in post-production. So you will not use exactly the same tool, logically. A small parenthesis for people who always they put their hair up when they hear the word post-production, like, yes, yeah, in film photography we did not do that. Well, no, I actually made a video about this here. It says no Photoshop, no edit. We speak about it. Well, it's not true. Even in film photography, people like Ansel Adams, who is the father, or one of the father of the zone system that calculate exposure by the zone. If you look at his negative, it was really flat. And after, in the lab, when enlarging the picture, this is when magic happened. He really worked on dark areas, light areas, worked this part, the other part, all this. It was working the whole thing new. It has the negative when you look at it, enlarged for the first time, is completely flat, nothing to do with the end result. Okay, so not every photographer was doing that. So many people say, oh yeah, full photography we didn't do it. They did not do it. Doesn't mean people did not do it. Okay, many famous photographers, most, not all of them, but most famous photographers had a really hard time and a lot of work in the lab after to work on the negative, and it was so hard. So many of them didn't do it themselves. They had an expert that was enlarging the picture, working on the picture in the lab. It was just first enlarging the negative as it was, so he could have a look and say, okay, I want this darker, this lighter, this better, this, give instruction to this expert who was working hours in the lab to obtain this result they wanted. Okay, so that's not new, it has always happened. Okay, now there is another criteria. This is probably the most stupid one, the most stupid sentence we hear, and the most stupid sentence I also say, so I am included in the idiot that say that, which is, yeah, for that price, that's good. That's good for this price, that's good. Okay, let's forget about photography. Let's speak about food, okay? I serve you a dish, and you're going to run to the toilets, you're going to vomit and all the details. I'm not going to enter in that. This is really disgusting, but it is so cheap. Is the price going to justify that you're going to eat this? Probably not, okay? So, well, the same thing in photography. Sometimes you see a marvelous, this happened really with lenses, okay? A marvelous result, something really incredible. So I would say, what's the price? 3,000 euros for the lens. Do you have anything cheaper? Yeah, we have this one for 50 euros. Oh, let me see. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. For the price it has, quality is okay. Honestly, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I say it myself. We try to justify that this special loss of quality is not bad, okay? So obviously, luckily for people who pay a premium price, normally yes, there is a difference, okay? Obviously, but very often it's not the same proportion. Maybe the lens is 10 times more expensive, but you could not trade the quality as 10 times better, although it's really hard to rate quality, okay? So then you feel that because it's cheap, it's okay. And there are other people, for them, the image quality is not a priority at all. As some people say, they try to transmit emotion, like portrait, for example, and for them, sharpness is not the most important thing, the contrast is not the most important, colors maybe is not either. So they need just a tool to capture a moment, and they don't need the best tool, okay? So for them, it's pointless to spend so much money for something they're not looking for. So logically for them, cheaper is okay. So but yeah, it's still funny that we say, oh, we need this, I can't pay it. Well, this cheap one is not that bad, I think it's okay for the price. No, quality is quality, that's it. But I include myself in people that say this, okay? So to conclude, I think there are probably only 3 criteria that decide which camera is the best. Maybe I'll say 2, maybe I'll say 4, okay? But I think the first one is so obvious. The best camera is the one you have with you. Right now, something happens, and I've got a camera that is just a toy, but it allows me to make pictures. And I've got just this one. I make this unique picture, exceptional picture that is really valuable because the situation was incredible, whatever, okay? In this second, this toy becomes the best camera in the world because it took a unique picture I could not have if I didn't have that toy with me, okay? So the first thing that makes a camera the best camera is the fact that it is with you when you need it at this right moment, okay? So this is really the first point. The best camera at that precise moment is the one you have with you. There's another criteria, which is your needs. It means the camera that answers most of your needs and taste is probably the best camera for you. But this is also a problem because our needs may change. It means today I have to make photography for a company and make product photography or fashion photography, and my criteria is not the same as if I go traveling when I need something light and walk around easy, all this. So this is why many photographers have more than one camera, because according to what they want to do, they will use one camera or the other, okay? It's really hard to find a camera that covers all your needs, except if you always do the same thing and you're in a niche situation or not so much variety. Otherwise, you will probably get more tools to adapt to each situation. But at the moment you use, what you use is responding to your need for this kind of picture, or what you feel is the best camera. Right now, this is the best camera. There's also something that we should mix, which is the money, the cost, and the features you actually need. Sometimes people say, no, because my camera can do this, and that, and this, and that. Oh, this is fantastic. And do you make that kind of picture? No, I don't. So you've paid some extra cash to get these extra features that you don't use. So you're telling me something that is better or best, or the best, that you don't use. So you cannot say this is the best camera for you because you're not using this part that is supposedly better than the rest, okay? So this is nonsense. It's the same as if I show you my car and I say, whoa, my car can go 400 kilometers per hour. Oh, great. And do you go that fast? No, I never go on a circuit. I go on a small road and the limit is 90 kilometers per hour. On the motorway, 130, depends where you are, okay? Some motorways in Germany have no limit, but normally in the rest of the world there are some limits. So you're telling me this is the best car because it goes that fast, but you don't actually go that fast? Yes. So all that story about being the best for this or that, if you don't use it, this is irrelevant. It doesn't make you use the better camera, because you could use actually a cheaper camera or an older camera and do exactly the same thing, because this extra feature you are not using them, okay? So it doesn't make sense to say this is the best camera because it has this. I don't actually use it. It's ridiculous, honestly. So, conclusion. As I said, I knew what was the best camera. I have to give the answer. Well, the best camera is not a camera. It's a team. It's a team of a camera with a person, a photographer. And this is what people don't understand. When they ask on social networks, I want to buy a camera, which one is the best? And many people answer telling this one, that one, this one, this one. This is nonsense, because they answer very often the camera that they have and they feel it's the best for them, okay? But they don't realize it's for them. They think it's the best camera, period. No, this is a wrong answer. What is the best camera? There is no answer. The good question is, could someone help me define my needs, what I should buy for what I want to do? I want to do that kind of picture or such situation or such this, such that. Can you help me define what the criteria I should look at, okay? And then help you pick the camera that is the best for you. So that answers your needs, that answers your taste, answers your budget, all this. So this is the best camera. So yes, there is a best camera, but only for you. Each of us have a best camera for what we do. If what we do is varies, we may have several best cameras, okay? But it exists, okay? But only you can find out what is the best camera for you. So this video is about, think about it, define your needs, define your possibilities, define all this to pick the best partner for your team, your photography team, which is your camera and yourself. And many people buy the wrong camera because they don't see their side of this part. They see just the feature of a camera, but they forget about themselves. They forget about what they actually need. And when you have analyzed all that on your side, then you will pick the camera that's best for you, because the best camera is not a best camera, it's a best camera for you. This is a team, a person with the gear, and together they make the best. Okay, that's really important. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Small button down here, so small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. I'll also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmark, and Flashes by Westcott, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much, please take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye!